Hello, everyone, and welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 65. We are now beginning the submissions tier videos. Now, to be clear, some of these videos are lengthy, so we're probably not going to be watching all of them in their entirety, but we will jump around a bit. We're starting around the middle of the submissions for random purposes, and then we might jump around later on. I have no idea what this is. North Korea's secret influencers? Okay, are they saying that North Korea has people on like social media doing influencing for the company or for the country? I guess we're about to find out. Let's see.
This is Song A. She's an influencer. She tells stories about her everyday life using an over-the-top British accent.
Hello everyone.
Sometimes she goes hiking.
Nice to see you again.
Sometimes she cooks.
I think that something's missing.
All pretty normal. But there's one thing that makes Song A stand out.
Well, first of all, I can just say it right now. You can tell the videos are incredibly highly produced and fake, right? You see the production values. This is not a girl with a phone. This is a professional grade video being made.
She's from North Korea.
Can you guess where I am right now? Everything is under control as it used to be, and everyone is just fine.
What?
This all seems a bit odd.
There goes the bell. I gotta go. I come in spring to look at the flowers, so cheer up.
And she is by no means the only North Korean influencer.
Huh.
Good morning.
Come visit North Korea.
Hi everyone. How embarrassing.
Wait a minute.
What is
Come visit North Korea. Are they even open for open tourism? I was under the impression that if you go to North Korea, you have to have like a visa for like journalism or something like that. I'm not aware you could just go to North Korea on a vacation, can you? Maybe you can. Maybe I'm wrong. I wasn't aware of that. Because that's weird. Come to North Korea. Americans can't go, but Canadians can. Is that true? Americans have been banned? Wow. Yeah, people are saying Americans are banned. Well, that's bullshit. Why can't I go to North Korea? Okay, well, let's see. Let's learn.
going on here? In the last few years, more and more social media channels have been popping up that give us a glimpse into what North Korea is actually like. Well, allegedly.
I'm going to show you the changing appearance of Pyongyang and people's daily life, as well as mine. There are so many items, different in the color, shape, and flavor.
A lot of North Korean content goes viral, especially on TikTok. Finally, the world gets to see a different side of this mysterious
I was going to say, why is it going viral? Because it's from North Korea. People can't believe it. They're like, what the fuck is this? This has got to be bullshit, right?
country. The beautiful beaches, for example.
The North Korea they don't show you.
The full refrigerators, where you can even find bananas. Or how beautiful the capital is, lit up at night. They show people strolling down the street, enjoying a beer in a bar, or snacking on fast food. The good life.
All North Koreans have cars.
Videos like this one gain over 40 million views. The channels are supposedly run by locals, living in the beautiful DPRK.
But that's not allowed, right? Locals wouldn't be able to do this. This has to be government approved. So it's really not made by locals. It's made by people who have the stamp of approval and probably huge oversight by the North Korean government.
Citizen of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. But wait a second. How can these channels even post their videos from North Korea?
Also in Nordkorea gibt es zwar ein Intranet und da gibt es auch diverse Apps und so weiter, also ganz hinterm Mond sind die nicht, aber die haben kein Internet.
This is Dr. Rüdiger Frank. He's a professor of East Asian Studies at the University of Vienna and has been studying North Korea for over 30 years. Ordinary citizens in North Korea don't have access to our normal internet. Only a few thousand of the 25 million inhabitants have this privilege.
Also letztlich so gut wie gar niemand.
And even those have only limited access. So it's very unlikely that an ordinary citizen in North Korea would record these videos and post them online on TikTok. It makes you wonder who is actually running these accounts. Anyone duped by these videos could probably spend some time improving their critical thinking skills. Luckily, there's an app that helps you do just that. Brilliant is
Oh
an
no,
interactive
it's an
learning
ad
platform
placement.
where you-
No, it's an ad placement. Son of a bitch. Skip that ad placement. Fuck. Okay, let's continue.
And 5th year in the primary school.
Her channel was founded in January 2022 With her videos, she wants to showcase what life is like in North Korea to her more than 30,000 curious foreign viewers.
Pyongyang, where I live, is a very beautiful and magnificent city. Have you ever been to Pyongyang? Well, if you come here, you'll be totally surprised.
I can't come to Pyongyang.
Because
I'm not allowed.
literally, wherever you go, there are amusement parks.
Her content should probably have a certain feel-good quality, like this trip to a water park with her friend. In this episode, Song-A takes us with her on her first day at a new school. Later, she takes us along on a trip to a children's hospital, but she's not there because she needs medical assistance.
However, my heart was pumping with the desire of going to the only children's hospital. Oh, how I wish I could stay here and play all day.
Song-A's videos don't feel authentic. It's like she's reciting lines by heart.
As you can see, this is my school, Yusong Junior Middle School. Already I can feel that I'm having loads of time.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like watching an old dubbed Japanese movie. You ever saw the old Godzillas or old like those style of movies where it's someone dubbing English over an overacting child who's like, oh, blah, 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 and then you hear English playing over it? That's exactly what this reminds me of.
For 3 years. Second, I have studied well and got a certificate.
Her movements seem studied.
I wish with all my little heart that you all, like us, would overcome these harsh difficulties.
She doesn't even seem like a normal 11-year-old. The fact that she speaks fluent British English is allegedly thanks to her mother. She taught it to Song-A from a very young age.
Right.
But Song-A leaves out a few important details. She is not just any kid growing up in North Korea. She's the daughter of a North Korean diplomat. She spent part of her childhood in England. She's the granddaughter of the vice foreign minister and great-granddaughter of the former supreme military commander of North Korea. Her family belongs to the elite and is close to the ruling Kim family. A media company run by the North Korean state has allegedly been publishing content on social media platforms since 2017. According to research by the portal NK News, Song-A is part of these propaganda productions, and her channel is just one of many. There's the YouTube channel Echo of Truth with Un-A, which has since been deleted.
Hello, my dear friends. I wish this beautiful April day could cheer you up a little bit.
Or Olivia Natasha, Yumi Space DPRK Daily, also deleted.
Wow.
And now,
why were they
you might
deleted?
be wondering the owners of this splendid new flat are. Believe me or not, houses here are given to ordinary working people free of charge.
However, it's hard to say whether all of these accounts about North Korea are all state-sponsored propaganda. Zoe Discovers, for example, works for a British tourism company in China, Koryo Tours, and Young Wai Shin, that offers trips to North Korea. In over 200 videos on her YouTube channel and on TikTok, she shows us the beautiful sides of the country. She visits North Korean festivals, goes skiing, or shows us how North Korean families live.
Are you happy to be going back to Pyongyang? Yeah. I think so.
According to her own statements, she does not receive anything in return for her content. It is not a propaganda account and not sponsored by the North Korean government. We were unable to verify this, however.
Gerade wenn die länger bestehen und wenn die professionell gemacht sind, kann man schon davon ausgehen, dass das mit Billigung des Staates passiert und das würde also für uns definitiv unter.
You know North Korea controls everything, the narrative and everything in and out of the country. Why would they not control those accounts? By now, if she's been posting for years, they absolutely would have found this woman and would have, said, you cannot say anything of this and this. So it's probably a state-approved account.
Propagandafall.
So her content might be actively tolerated because it paints a favorable picture, even if she might produce it independently. North Korea loves propaganda, on state television, on giant screens projected onto hotel walls, or as action movies. Kim Jong-un was not democratically elected. His rule is based solely on ideology. Somehow, he has to legitimize that power.
Die Legitimation in solchen Systemen wie eben Nordkorea läuft in ganz wesentlichen Teilen über die Propaganda.
This applies both within and outside the country. Everything found on social media is propaganda meant for the outside world. Of course, because North Koreans don't have the internet. That content is primarily intended to prove how well the country is doing. Life in North Korea is supposedly not as miserable as the Western media make it out to be.
North Korea.
Quite the opposite. Just take a look. North Korea has great schools, hospitals, better fast food than McDonald's, and even banana. Just to be clear, the truth is that there is virtually no prosperity in North Korea. 60% of all North Koreans live in absolute poverty. It is one of the poorest countries in the world. These videos are aimed at people in the West, but according to Professor Frank, also at Japanese, Chinese, and above all, South Koreans. And depending on the target group, the aim of the propaganda on social media might differ. With regard to South Korea, there is a very specific, long-term goal: a united Korea in line with North Korean ideals. To do this, the North presents itself as strong and proud vis-a-vis the hostile South. The regime generally accuses the South of being the exact opposite, a richer but weaker country due to American influence. Not real Koreans, so to speak. North Korea, on the other hand, is the place to be for real Koreans in that logic. Of course, South Korea doesn't like this at all. There is a serious concern that citizens will fall for this narrative and become receptive to the North Korean ideology. The country takes the propaganda on social media very seriously and blocks it for its own population.
Das heißt, wenn man in Südkorea irgendwo was Nordkoreanisches sehen will, geht das nicht. Da kommt sofort irgendwo eine ominöse Nachricht da auf den Screen. Und wenn man das zu oft versucht, kriegt man auch direkt mal eine Nachfrage vom südkoreanischen Geheimdienst. Was machst du da eigentlich?
Song-A's YouTube channel has been blocked in South Korea. YouTube has also deleted the channel for violating the company's guidelines. North Korea will probably try again. The propaganda often comes across as rather clumsy.
I wonder when they removed it, because this is only 13 days ago. I wonder when they removed the channel. So they realized that it probably wasn't a real channel and they removed it.
And flat. But social media is great for reaching a lot of people despite low production expenses. The homemade aesthetic of the videos blends in particularly well on TikTok. It is not surprising that videos about North Korea have captured so much attention. The country is completely isolated from the rest of the world. You rarely find out what everyday life is like for real citizens. When a video like this appears in the feed, a lot of people are captivated. It's unfortunate that this very desire to simply learn more about this strange place and its people is so strategically exploited and perverted.
Yeah. Wow, that was a fascinating video. Great submission, whoever did that. That was really interesting. I didn't even know that this kind of stuff happened. What's next?
Do you recognize that noise?
Yes.
How about this one? What about this one? You might not immediately recognize them, but I'm sure that they're in the depths of your brain.
The first one
somewhere.
I did.
If you couldn't already tell, those were the startup noises from a few of the default themes that came with Windows 7, and I love them. Here's some more.
That one I remember.
That one didn't come.
What the hell?
My favorite was always characters. I think everybody remembers this turtle right here. This turtle is unanimous with Windows 7.
That last one was good.
I love him. But even though I love him, I still didn't use characters, and I still didn't use any of these. I didn't want my windows to look like anybody else's. Luckily, with Windows 7, it didn't have to. I could change my wallpaper, but also my sounds, the screensaver. I missed you, Windows 7 Bubbles. How are you?
I do remember
and of
that
course,
too.
The most iconic part of Windows 7, the arrow glass. You can change it to whatever color
Yes,
you
I
want.
remember
The
that.
hue and saturation,
Yes.
and even the transparency. You can really make it however
I
you
use
want
that
it
a
to
lot.
look. This is what I was rocking with back in the day. I call it insane red. Obviously, this was quite a minor feature for a lot of people. A lot of people don't care about how their thing looks, but I did. And I still do. This is quite the contrast to Windows 10 today. I guess Windows 11, but I use 10. Compare this to my Windows 10 desktop today. I can't change the color of the window or the taskbar. You still can change the sounds, but it's not exactly advertised to you. On Windows 10, this is the personalization menu. This is a really hard point to make, because there's still things. You can change the background, you can change the accent color, you can even change the lock screen now, something you couldn't do in Windows 7. There's even still a tab for themes. So what's the problem? It's just not the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm just nostalgic for Windows 7, but there's just something about it. When Windows 7 was the main operating system, whenever I would use someone else's computer, they would almost never have their arrow theme set to the default. They'd have it red or purple or green. They'd have one of these default themes equipped, or they'd have some custom.
It's the same thing as, I'm not going to watch the rest of this video. I think I get his point. It's the same thing as old YouTube channels. Old YouTube channels used to have massive customization. You could completely change the background on your channel. You could have borders based on things designed to fit segments of the channel that would make it uniquely yours. So if you're using Windows 7, you're using your unique Windows 7. The old YouTube channels, you knew you were going to someone's personalized version of what they wanted to present to you on the internet. When you go to more bland, generic, everything the samey kind of stuff, you lose that individuality. And that's what he's saying. And I agree. Like right now, I don't set anything up on any of my computers custom at all. My desktop is running Windows 8. This laptop is running Windows 10. And my mini PC runs Windows 11. Guess how much I've customized on all of those? Nothing. I just left them. Just left them running. Windows 7, I did. Just like he did. I customized all that stuff on my Windows 7 computers. I always had different color schemes. He's absolutely right. It's sad because what it is, it becomes homogenized. Everything's the samey for everybody. Sure, it's easier to design that. It's easier to I guess, sell that. But at the same time, everyone loses that feeling of this is truly mine. This is individual and different. Instead, you're the same as everybody else. Pretty sad. All right, let's see what the next video is.
I hate this suit.
Hey, what's up, Snake?
Can I take off this suit?
Yeah, whatever, but it's pretty fucking cool.
Hello, Solid Snake.
Oh my god, hotness, I want to bang you.
Oh, I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake.
Okay, shut up.
I'm going to get into this hind now. Hey, Snake, check it. Go sneak that shit.
Okay.
Whose footprints are these?
What the fuck? I didn't expect that.
Fuck. Snake? Yo, Snake! Snake!
Shut the fuck up!
Sorry, G. I thought Snake was dead.
Didn't even break a sweat. Shit, I killed a dog by sweating.
Hello, Snake. It's been a while. Do you remember me?
Liquid?
No, this is McDonald Miller, your old buddy.
Who? Are you from Snake's Revenge?
No, Snake. Don't you remember?
Why is there a helicopter in the background?
It's my stomach. I'm hungry.
Hungry for worms?
No, hungry for words.
Shut up. Shut up, for Christ's sake! I know how to climb a ladder! Jesus, ow, my ear!
Sorry, bruh.
Thanks, Jesus.
It's cool.
Whoa, awesome. Hey, are you taking a dump?
Hell yeah.
So, tell me about me.
I feel like some things would have been popular at certain times. And, like, I can understand why, like, at one point, this probably was popular. But to me, like, I'm not laughing at all. You know what I mean? Like, to me, this feels like a bunch of outdated references to a game that's very old, right? Maybe this will be more pertinent when these games start re-releasing again. But, like, I feel like this is a time that's passed. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm sure 13, 14 years ago, I mean, this got 6.2 million views. It was probably very popular. But to me, like, I'm watching this, I'm like, I'm not laughing. I get some of the references. I understand what they're saying, but I'm not like, right? And this is the first time I'm seeing it. To be fair here, this was the first time I'm seeing this. It's not like I've seen this a million times. Like many of you say, oh, I've seen this a million times. Someone just said that. I've seen this so many times, it's not funny to me anymore. It's not funny to me now. And it's the first time I'm seeing it. But again, that's not representative of the quality of the video. I just feel like a video like this had its time in the sun 13 to 14 years ago. This would have been super popular on YouTube. Today, I would never watch this. I'd be like, you know, whatever. Like someone said, this looks like Newgrounds animation. Right. Before YouTube, Newgrounds.com was the big Flash animation site where you would watch memes and funny videos like this. And that's what it looks like. It looks like they lifted it off of Newgrounds, just uploaded it to YouTube later. Right? And that's fine. But for me, it's kind of like, not really entertained. So, all right. Let's see what else we got. What's next? Ooh. La 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 la. Relaxing. Very relaxing. La 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 la. Yes, it's the night theme of Skyrim. Oh, that's so nice and relaxing. It's so nice to hear it again. Usually you hear it when you're playing the game. Now you get to just enjoy it. Just sit back and relax. Like, and by the way, there's dragons flying around in the background. La 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 la. Do you think they will ever make another game like Skyrim? Or do you think that the next Elder Scrolls is going to suck ass? Because at one point I would be like, nah, they can do no wrong. You know the next one will be good. But now we've got fucking, you know, Starfield and Fallout 76. And you look at everything this company's doing, and you're like, do you even have confidence that the next Elder Scrolls will be good? I don't even know if I do. And that's sad. Like, I love Skyrim. I really liked Oblivion. I don't know if I'm going to like the next Elder Scrolls. That's a really sad thing to say. Like, are they just gonna fucking ruin it? right? The music is outstanding. I still remember to this day, 2011, I had a gaming PC, and I booted up Skyrim, and I remember the game had tons of bugs, but despite all the ridiculous launch bugs, this game was so immersive. Probably at that point in 2011, the most immersive video game I had ever played, and I had played Fallout and all of that. But to just get sucked into the world, everywhere you go, there's something going on. There's a new quest, there's enemies, there's a cave with something in it. Every city is vibrant and has a bunch of quests going on, secret hidden agendas and things. Join a faction. Now you have a million more quests coming out of the faction. The area that you're sort of like Norse area, and everything's kind of mountainous and you know, nice snow environments and things. It was so cool. It really was. Like, I really loved this game, and I didn't know if I was going to, because I hadn't played an Elder Scrolls game fully at all until that one came out, and I started playing it. And this game, I got sucked into it so well. This was, at my time, I haven't said it to everyone, I actually felt like this was the best playthrough I'd ever done, because it was so immersive. No matter what you did, it was something fun. Every day I booted up this game to play it, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I was going to have a great time. And I was getting ridiculous engagement on the videos. Like, people loved this playthrough so much and watched the hell out of it again and again. It's, to this day, probably one of my most beloved playthroughs I've ever done. You know? I still remember it took me, what, 2 months to beat the game, because I took my time with it and balanced it with other games. And even then, by the end of the playthrough, people were still watching. We're still loving it. And that's amazing that people were watching for that long, because it was such an immersive, awesome game. So, such great music, man. Seriously, such great music. But obviously, this is something to relax. This is a video. It's an hour long. I think what they did, see music in Ambience, or Ambience, they just basically took all the music from nighttime in Skyrim and put it into a video. So, this is probably music. You open this up at night, you play, you go right to sleep. It's a nice, relaxing video, right? Put it on repeat. Sleep all night, relaxing music. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I am. And remember, if you become a channel member of the Ultra or Submissions tier, you can submit the clips for next week's show for us to watch and for me to react to. All right. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part.